Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. They're focusing on me. I'm focusing on history.
November cannot come soon enough. The wait is finally over. The UFC is headed to New York City.
For the longest time, the UFC's been struggling to get MMA legalized in New York. It's finally legal, and now we're going to have an event at the most iconic venue in all of combat sports. Madison Square Garden.
I'm always looking to make history every single day, and here we are again, more history. We're going to introduce Madison Square Garden to this style, to true, pure combat.
There has never been a fighter who has captured the imagination of the fans like Conor McGregor.
If one of us go to war, we all go to war.
There's something about his brash nature, plus his spectacular accomplishments inside the octagon that make him the biggest star in the sport today.
I'm the most active champion there is, and I fight at all weight divisions.
He said he came here to take over. We didn't know it was going to be in multiple weight classes.
Conor has always wanted to be a multiple division world champion.
No one has had the deuce in the UFC, so I'm going to go and I'm going to get them 2 belts, take out 2 divisions. If anyone can do it, it's me. Nobody else can do it.
He won the first world title with a spectacular knockout of the great Jose Aldo. This fight would be even more dangerous, taking on the much bigger Eddie Alvarez.
You're blessed that I chose to whoop your next. I'm the featherweight world champion. Now in November, I'm going to be the lightweight world champion. You're going to wrap one on one shoulder, I'm going to wrap the other on the other shoulder, and you're going to need a army to come take them belts off me. 2-weight world champion, UFC history, New York, the Irish are back.
This game ain't about a game who says more. It's about a game who does more.
Don't bring the dog out of me.
Conor's full of He's full of Most of the things he says are full of He's never put himself in harm's way, and I think just now he has.
Eddie Alvarez is an incredibly dangerous fighter. He is a blood and guts warrior.
I'm always thinking about fighting. I can't turn it off.
This is a guy who has had some ridiculous battles early in his career and in some other organizations, and really got the eyes of the American public saying, what could this guy do if he fought in the UFC? Well, we got a chance to see when he stepped into the octagon against Gilbert Melendez and Anthony Pettis, 2 former champions, and Alvarez managed to beat them both.
It was always a quest to just get my hands on the best guys to prove that I'm the best lightweight in the world.
When he faced Rafael dos Anjos, he was a significant underdog. Dos Anjos was the lightweight champion, an incredibly ferocious fighter, and Eddie Alvarez took him out.
Oh! He's got his right hand for Alvarez! A beautiful uppercut! He's let it fly! Alvarez! Hurting's gonna step in! That is it! Eddie Alvarez is the UFC lightweight champion! Do you believe it?
There was no one on earth who convinced me that I couldn't win the lightweight world championship. No one. When I make a conscious choice to do something and set out to do it, I do it. And November 12th, I'm gonna do the same exact thing.
It's only a handful of times in your lifetime that you get to see 2 champions fighting each other in their primes. This is just a dream matchup.
An epic battle indeed.
I want to get my hands on him so I can expose the truth. Who's the best man, and the truth will be told.
He's going to be shooting for his life. One of those shots are going to dig into that soft, sweet spot into the temple, and that's all she wrote.
You're here because you're the easiest dude in this division.
Shut your mouth. I won this whole. And Mystic Mac predicts I'm going to KO you inside 1 round.
Conor McGregor, another first-round win!
He's not a championship fighter, he's never been, and he's never, ever fought anyone in the UFC like me.
Eddie Alvarez pulling it off!
You think something's going to happen, and then a whole other thing happens. That's what's going to happen to Eddie.
Be afraid, be very afraid. It'll be high paced and it'll be violent.
You're in big, big trouble. You come at me like that.
On November 12th, the illusion of greatness will soon be over.
You're dead. You're not going to last. My fist is just going to break his whole face, and that's it. It's over before it even begins.
It's about to go down.
When you come up against a dog who's going to die in there, you're going to lose. You'll never, ever, ever be the same again. The game is in for a shock once again.
UFC 205 Madison Square Garden will host one of the most remarkable cards the UFC has ever put together. So to be co-headlining this card and be one of those guys that they feel is capable of putting on that type of performance, you know, I'm just honored.
Tyron pressing the action here. Oh, he attacked him. Big shot. Tyron Woodley is the new UFC welterweight champion of the world.
This is the biggest moment of my life. No words can describe the feeling that I'm feeling, man, right now. It's so surreal to be fighting at the very first show at Madison Square Garden in New York City for the title belt. It's all smiles, man.
Another spinning attack. Another knockdown. That's it. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Wow. The hype is real, ladies and gentlemen.
Title belt, baby. Title belt.
Stevie Wonderboy wants this belt, and he got another thing coming because this belt ain't going anywhere until I get done fighting. I will retire as a champion.
That is a big knockout for the chosen one.
I respect him as an opponent, but he's gonna really hate that he has to fight me. I'm gonna make everything in that fight so painful.
He knows that I'm probably the toughest matchup for him. This is the fight where I step out there and prove to the world that I should be the welterweight champion.
Never even heard of anybody entering the UFC with such an amazing record.
He is good at one thing. He's a better point fighter than me. Every other aspect of this sport, I'm better than him. He's not gonna beat me in a Muay Thai fight. He's not gonna beat me in a boxing fight. And he's definitely not gonna be in a wrestling match in his life ever.
I defeated another wrestler, and basically a very similar fighter to Tyron Woodley, which was Johnny Hendricks.
He's hurt. This is it. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson by first round TKO.
But I'm not taking this guy lightly. You know, he's the champion for a reason. He knocked out Robbie Lawler in the first round, so I know he's got the power to put me to sleep. I'm not gonna be there standing there. I'm gonna be gone.
He moves like a cobra.
I do picture myself with my hand raised that night, and that's how I see it. With that belt around my waist.
Big, big win for Stephen Thompson.
Man, Madison Square Garden for the first time, there's no way he's beating me here. This is my chance to really take over the show and take one more step towards being legendary.
Oh! That's it!
Every fighter is very smart before they fight with me, until the time when they get first punch.
Oh, she tagged her again. Beautiful right hand.
Not really long time ago, I became a UFC champion, and now I'm gonna defend my title for the 4th time with Karolina.
We're gonna have an all-Polish showdown.
Kowalkiewicz continuing to throw hands in the pocket, and more combinations.
She's a very tough opponent. She's got so many experience. She's got the KO power, but I'm too fast for all of them, you know? I'm the best champion. I'm on different level, that's all.
Total domination by Jedrzejczyk.
She said that I'm not on her level, that I never fight with her. Now, I am ready. Are you ready?
She got tagged. Karolina beating her up here.
Both these women are undefeated, and they have faced each other in the past as amateurs, with Joanna Jedrzejczyk getting the win. That is the only loss that Karolina Kowalkiewicz has experienced in mixed martial arts.
But now everything changed. I am complete MMA fighter, and I think I have stronger mentality than her.
I'm giving her a big chance, and she should be happy and thankful for that, because after the fight, she's not going to be happy anymore.